Okay. Game 2 of the series. Sib destroyed Guy Ledouche last game. Clearly pretty one-sided. Let's see if Guy Ledouche can fend for himself a little better as Oster. The factions and sides have been switched, and we're going to see Soviets versus Oster. Guy Ledouche not choosing his opponent's selection of Oberkommando West in Game 1. So he must think that Oster has a better chance on this map of dealing with Soviets, which may or may not be true. We'll find out, I guess. Runs his Pios straight for the fuel here in the north. Grenadiers doing some back capping, not going for an early presence in the central village. Kind of an interesting capping order, actually. I don't know why you would do this. You kind of deny yourself early income by not capturing this as soon as you can get to it. Look how low his munitions and fuel is right now, and it's going to continue being low for several minutes, 2 minutes before he changes his income at all, in fact. By comparison, Sib is up to 11 and 7 coming in. He'll have a lot more than that coming in. Although he's actually skipped past the strategic points a little bit as well because of the placement of this one way here in the south. I don't know where those grenadiers are going. Just tightening up your capping order makes a pretty significant difference in the early game. Look at the difference between their munitions already. 25 to 17. Just because of capping order, there hasn't even been an engagement yet.
Pioneers reporting objective captured. Territory secured.
Grenadiers moving to engage conscripts in the central village with MG42 support. The conscripts in the building falling a little bit low, but having secured control of this house is going to give Sib a lot of freedom to maneuver here and through the center. Give him a lot of control over this particular area in the battlefield. Plus, these conscripts are making their way towards the munitions cutoff here in the north, which is going to cut off the munitions here from that sector. The south munitions also held by Sib right now, so he has very strong munitions control. Fuel control is about even. Sib's munitions income is about double his opponent's at this time. Combat engineers take up a position in this house, which has 4 north-facing windows, taking advantage of that to try and decrew that machine gun. Conscripts moving up from this flank and that northwest flank. Machine gun gets decrewed on the retreat, which means a lot of expensive grenadier models have to be spent to try and recover it, which they may not even succeed. I think that's going to go down. Maybe not. Barely gets away. So much manpower bleed, though, here in the beginning of the game. 9 to 3. Sib has only taken 3 model losses at any point on this squad, which is repositioning to do some backcapping there in the north. Backcapping with wounded squads, always interesting to see how players manage to get them to safety and keep them useful without retreating.
Production upgrade accomplished.
And Guy Ledouche is already completely boxed into his base. His choice to field a sniper not paying off yet. He's already been forced to retreat with it once, half dead. Spending almost all of his munitions on a rifle grenade right there. Sniper has yet to get 1 kill. There it goes. Taking shots at the conscripts in this house. Even trying to just barely advance out of his base is costing him precious manpower. Wow, and those conscripts just sniped the sniper at max range. Just with superior numbers. He was already so wounded and they just popped him. So much for that sniper. 360 manpower right down the drain to accomplish 1 kill on a conscript squad. Not good.
That's everyone. Grenadiers ready.
Barely manages to get his strategic cutoff back under control. Conscripts will reposition to a slightly less aggressive location here by the truck and cutoff house. Meanwhile, mines going down on the ice. One squad of grenadiers is going to try for the cutoff. OMG Pop always leaves one squad in this house. If anybody remembers his games on this map, he always had a squad sitting in that house to prevent the cutoff from being retaken. Sib kind of hovering in this general area instead. Either way, lone squad harassment not going to work. Just look at the sizes of their armies right now. 14 to 11, it's actually kind of even for kills and losses, but that number it should look more inflated when one of those kills is a sniper. There's some squad wipes mixed in there. We haven't seen any squad wipes for Sib. That's one of the reasons I don't like that statistic. It doesn't tell you anything about their real economy, about the manpower that has been spent and lost. It's just some random number. But oh well.
The enemy is taking our territory. G43 rifles, interrogation training, and detection avoidance available to all combat infantry.
Lightning War has been chosen. I'm not really sure what he thinks he's going to be able to do with that commander selection.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines. The enemy is gaining a foothold. We are down to 300 points.
Sort of pseudo wins an engagement here in the north, getting one point back under his control. I don't really see how a comeback is even within the realm of possibility in this dire economic situation. 20 fuel in the bank, already locked into his base. Sib is teched up. He's gone tier 3, there's a T-70 on the field. He's already countered a scout car before it even hits the field. That's how ahead he is. T-70 hits the front lines before a scout car does. 45 fuel income to 7.
We have lost a squad. Infantry can march double time at your command.
T-70 immediately engages the scout car. It's being taken down. Conscripts moving up to engage.
Is attempting to steal our sector.
These conscripts taking control of the strategic point there.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Conscripts with flamethrower support moving up to take down this Pio squad. Not sure that was being monitored via another squad wipe that he obviously cannot even come close to affording. The T-70 continues to kite infantry, engage them from range and pick them off one by one.
We double your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
Only 200 points remaining for the Oster, and he continues to hold no territory. His very last strategic point being taken away by Sib right now. Anti-tank gun has been fielded as a desperate defense against that T-70. But with this little map control, don't think there's anything Guy Ledouche can do. Looks like the game is pretty much over. T-34 is in production from Sib, who has not chosen a commander. Has access to guard motor and shock rifle, but seems to be doing just fine with Soviet core units. May not need a commander to seal this game. Scout car has been repaired. T-70 awaiting some repairs over there. Self-repair, actually. Self-repair doesn't do that much. For 60 munitions, it doesn't even really come close to fully repairing that thing. I don't know. The doctrinal self-repair from guard motor coordination is like way better than fully repaired. T-3485 instead of like a tiny amount of damage on a T-70. It's kind of weird. Destroyed engine on the 221. It cannot escape that T-70, which rolls right up and destroys it easily. T-34 on the flank of the anti-tank gun is going to destroy that easily enough. T-70 moves up now that the AT gun is repositioning. It will not get a single shot off. It is cleared. Grenadier squad also wiped. 3 squads remaining. And everything is being taken out. It heals 80 HP. 80 HP for 60 munitions doesn't seem that good to me. It seems like like not very much. I don't know.
In our lines. We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points. Our base is under attack.
If I'm being honest, personally, my personal opinion of these games, I don't mind them at all. I don't mind them at all. They're almost like a warm-up match for the King. The King is like flexing his muscles for everybody to see, while the viewer count's still low earlier in the day. If the games are fast, so it means that the King will probably be able to play a 3rd series. And then all the pros show up to the stream and they're like, oh man. Like, the King will be like, this is what I have to offer. This is what I'm bringing to the table. What do you have? Gets more people wanting to sign up for the raffle. Shut down that tyrant. This horrible tyrant King. Look at him. Look at him just destroying this poor innocent the innocent peasant. Could not stand before him. We need a white knight to step up and save us from this horrible, cruel ruler. And yeah, at least he tried. No shame in that. The raffle's open to everybody for a reason. And you see games like this in every tournament, honestly. Especially single elimination tournaments where the top seed goes up against the bottom seed in round 1. That game doesn't get cast usually, but it happens. And that's the end of the game. GG. Sib has defeated a 4th challenger. Continues to rule as Star-Crossed King.